All right. Hello, everybody. Bogdan and John here from today, Huntsville, Texas. And
welcome, everybody. It's a beautiful day out.
We are going
You got Ryan here. Thanks for coming. And hopefully more people out there.
And at the beginning of this edition, we wanna do some housekeeping information, and that is whatever you see in this show today, it's not only for you, but for sale too. So if you are interested in any of these pieces presented today, please do get in touch with us. We are happy to assist you and make this easier for you if you want to acquire anything. What else? If for those who are watching on YouTube, we will get to you, answer to you whenever we can. John?
Yes, and just as well that, as you mentioned, things are for sale and that we ship anywhere in the world. So that's not a big deal. It's just more work, but it's easy to do.
All right, moving forward, if we give me a second, I will get back to my slideshow. And the first piece of news is that this coming Saturday, we have the Spring Biannual at Sawyer Yards, and both our studios, 111 and 108, will be open, and we are in Silver Street Studios complex.
Yes, this is the sale that obviously biannual means it happens twice a year, but this is an event, a much bigger event than our regular second or third Saturday openings. This is where all the artists are going to be there. They bring in food trucks. It's an evening event. There's probably live music in some of the spots. It's a much bigger deal. And hopefully that means it generates a lot more of an audience. And hopefully that means that people will come in and purchase art, and certainly come by and look and visit. That would be lovely. So if you're looking for something to do this Saturday night from 5 to 9 here in Houston, but we'll probably be open all day just because we're there.
And saying that, while you are in Silver Street Studios, we are ready for that show, the artist at Silver Street Studios. And both of us have several pieces in the show. Mine are, 3 of them are from the Synopsis series. They are on display on screen right now. Cognition, Drift, and the Petal Line. As I mentioned in previous episode, both the Cognition and Drift are printed on plexiglass and printed on the wall, while the Petal Line it's printed on cotton rag paper.
Those are really amazing on plexiglass. It's just they're complete different experience from looking at them on paper. Both are beautiful, but the plexiglass is just a really slick look.
And then I have 2 new pieces as well, and those are printed on canvas, and they are 36 by 36 images, also for sale.
And it's funny, my studio is right opposite these two pieces, and a lot of people think they're paintings, don't they? They're actually printed on canvas, they're photographs.
And there are a lot of people coming in the studio saying, "Oh, I love those paintings." And I said, they are not paintings. They said, if you want painted with a camera, they are long exposure photographs printed on canvas. And they were so amazed. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
I remember one lady who said of the one called City People, that she said, that almost looks like people. And you said, it is people. And she said, oh. She thought she discovered something new.
You have replaced the sold one, right?
Yes, actually I did. These are the 3 that, there are actually a few more because we got some extras, but the 3 that I originally submitted, Tutaki, Firebreak, we talked about last time, and Golden Dawn is the one that I replaced with the piece that I sold on the first Saturday. So really excited. This is a piece, Golden Dawn is something I had done, in 2019. It's a bunch of little bitty squares of that cutout paper, textbook, a Latin textbook, and then I painted on top of that. So it has this mosaic quality. It's one of my, and then I have a couple of extra pieces. This one is called Seed, and it's one of, this one's 36 by 36. It's acrylic on canvas. It's a big piece, and I just love the colors in it.
I absolutely love this red and the combination of yellows you put together.
I just love the colors. I thought they were really, really, really remarkable, and just it makes me happy.
And the interesting elements, you don't quite know what it is, but then you make up a story for yourself.
Yeah, you have to. I have some writing there that aren't actually words. They just kind of look, and it looks like somebody did some figuring on the canvas. That's all part of the work. It's not.
I've seen people watching it and trying to what's actually saying, but nobody was able to. All right, let's see. Next is you do have another one, which is quite funny.
Oh, the nun. This one called She Watches. I think she was my second grade teacher that somehow I can't get her out of my mind. So I had to paint her. This is a big piece. It's like 7 feet tall. And I saw people a couple of weeks ago doing selfies with her. She's got her yardstick there, and she's not afraid to use it. So beware. She's a lovely, sweet, religious devotee, but she'll hit you. Anyway, she's a lot of fun, and people seem to react. So I've got various news. I think I mentioned last time that in my residency program, we've had an art project, and the art project, the work that I did for that art project didn't get included in the actual show, but they did include me in the virtual show, which is on Artsy. And being on Artsy is kind of a big deal. You can't just do that. You have to be through a gallery. So this is my first piece on on Artsy. It's called El Túnel. The whole idea that, in my mind anyway, because it's an abstract, could be anything to you, is that there's this kind of misty veil covering something behind it. And that is very attractive to me in art. There's some depth there. There's something hidden that draws you into the painting. I just really love the picture. So they were nice enough to include that in the Artsy show. And just after they kind of started, they got word that the gallery is actually included in the Zonamaco show in Mexico City, which is the largest art show in Latin America. So it's a really big deal. My work isn't actually in the studio because I'm not included in the real show. I say the studio, the gallery, but they will be bringing busloads of VIPs around to all the participating galleries. And I do have a big stack of postcards there. So I am represented for the people who come. So it's really quite an honor. This has been very exciting and a whole lot of work for the people who are actually in the show. To be included in Zonamaco is huge.
And Banca Marga?
Banca Marga is coming. This is my first solo show in July. I'm very, very excited. I'm not going to show you the work. In fact, I will. Here's one of the ones that I'm working on. And
oh, it's white.
I'm not going to show you. You have to wait. You have to come to the show or wait until the show in July. It will be, I will have an unveiling. It'll be there for a month. And there'll be a reception, and there'll be a virtual part to that reception as well. So if you're not in Houston, it doesn't mean you can't attend, and certainly doesn't mean you can't buy a painting. So I'm very excited and looking forward to it. It's my first solo show, and I'm excited. We'll see. It's coming.
Fabulous. So we are moving now into the feature work, and it's my turn. And in today's chat, I want to feature a photograph called Synopsis. It's an image from the actual series that is called Synapses. I worked for quite a while on this series. It's a combination of images superimposed, somewhat ambiguous, somewhat mysterious, combined with these flowery elements. And I wanted to connect and interconnect all the elements. And what I've done in this particular image, I draw lines in between shades and lights and whatever elements are in there, just to compress everything and make the viewer how would I say that connect with the piece better. And because it's so ambiguous, it's so mysterious, I want the viewers to have their own interpretation of this kind of imagery.
I just love this picture. Sorry for interrupting. There's this quality to it, and then I think the reason you named it the whole series Synapses is it looks like a memory somehow. I don't know what a memory looks like, but it has this quality that there's movement. It's a stagnant moment in time, but there's all kinds of movement and activity, as though there are connections being made to conscious and unconscious, to past and present. I just find them hauntingly beautiful, and that pop of red in those flowers are just. I just think they're stunning.
And it's easy when you have see the background. Yes, there are trees and it's motion and it's blurred and it's painted with a camera. But then I felt like there is this missing element, because we want to connect with something in those abstract, even if they're abstract, our brain want to pick up some shapes. So that's why where the flowers came in place, and it not only add some colors to it, but add some interestingness. And it's like you said, it brings up a memory somehow. And each one of us have different interpretation when they look at this in particular one. I told you that this picture has been in an exhibition a while ago, and as I moved to the studio, between the studio and the gallery, there was a lady sitting on a bench in front of it for a long time, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I went there, like half an hour later, I went back and she was still there looking at it. And then she came into the studio and she bought it. She was visiting from, what was that? Brazil. And yes, she asked me to take it off the frame because she needed to be flat to fit the suitcase. I was like the first interesting experience.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. The second piece, however, I want to feature today, it's a little more happier, because I do happy works as well, not just blurry. This is more like an illustrations sort of, but it's at its base, it's photography. And the story of this, I have several images like this, are made actually from John's grandmother, who really inspired me. I did not get to know this woman, but I met her through the photographs that she left behind, and all the things she belonged to her and that his family kept her around. And I found her, even though she didn't have glamorous images of her, I said, this woman has so much energy in herself. I'm going to create put her some way in Marilyn Monroe feet, make her a star in a way. They are all have French names. This is called Bonjour Amour because this is what I thought at that particular time. And it's both photographs and, I said, illustrations. All the backgrounds and lemons are done in Illustrator and then place it above the picture.
I can tell you for a fact, she would have loved this. This is so grandma. She would have, she's smiling from heaven, I tell you.
And they do come, the pictures I have already in the studio. I don't have, maybe I do have one. Are framed like this in a very pop sort of frame.
Yeah.
It matches the
very pop art, yeah.
And there's all simple frames that I repainted in these bright colors. And I think it's your turn now.
Bueno es saber. This is a painting. I happen to have it here. Oops, kind of big for a chair.
Let me.
It's 24 by 36. Can you see it? I can't see my.
Just a second.
Whether or not there's a glare because I can't see my own image. Oh, it's too high.
It's really beautiful.
If you know me, you know I love gold. So I do a lot of gold in my paintings. And this particular one, if you want to go back to the slide. Oh, there's Romy. Hi. I just saw you. There it is. So this particular one I love the fact that it has lots and lots of texture. And so what I did was I tried to build on that texture that was already there. And so I just kept adding layer and layer and layer of paint to get that kind of dragged look of paint. And then I thought, I want there to be a hidden message. So I put my favorite poem, which is from Antonio Machado, and it's in Spanish, and I'll read it in Spanish and translate it. It says, bueno es saber que los vasos nos sirven para beber. Lo malo es que no sabemos para qué sirve la sed. So translated, that means it's good to know that glasses serve us for drinking. What we do, the bad thing is we don't know what is the function of thirst, which I just found to be a very, very touching, evocative poem. And so I put those words on there because I love to use language in letters and those kinds of symbols in my art. But you could barely see it. And I thought, that's magnificent because I kind of know it's there. You can see that there's some marks in the background. And then when I put varnish on it, boom, the letters just came out. So you can see it a lot more than before the varnish. But the varnish is there to protect the painting. So it's one of my favorites. I haven't shared it before. I have a lot of people react to it in the studio. And it's for sale.
I think it's glorious. One of my favorites. And then you have
none of it I love. I'm just full of love, apparently. I was going to say it's upside down. How could you tell? I don't know where the light is, but yeah, this one is in a series I did of all small 5x7s. They're all on paper. Each one is original. They're not prints. They're originals. And I named them, there are 50 of them, and I named them after the 50 gates of wisdom in the Kabbalah. And so that got very, very difficult because this particular one is called Jevuro in Yesod, or however you pronounce those things. But so I had to translate all the titles so that they would make sense in English. But I found the whole series to be really, really hauntingly beautiful. I started with the mark making, then I did the abstract on top. You'll see a lot of the images, a lot of the tropes that I like to use, the sacred circle, the splatter paints, and they just have an illumination of their own. And like I say, they're very affordable. The reason I wanted to do them is to have a variety of price points in my studio. And so these sell for $20 unframed. But I just thought they're marvelous. And there's a secret in each one. Because it's Kabbalah and because they're the gates of wisdom, there's a hidden key in every single one of them. So in addition to the kind of painting work, I also did some ornamentation on each one of them so that they are individually unique. So those are the two I wanted to share today.
Beautiful. So
it's 27 after, so
you'll have 5 minutes. If you guys want to ask anything, this is the time.
Romy, where are you guys? You're northeast, I know, northwest.
Okay, have I unmuted finally? Yeah, we're west of Portland, about, I don't know, 35 minutes towards the ocean.
Wow,
so,
that's the beach, isn't it?
Not exactly. I mean, we're on the tail end of civilization. Once you go west of us, it's all farms and forest. But
oh, lovely.
It's a nice location for being able to get into the city and maybe, get involved with the art scene, which is one of the reasons we moved here, and then COVID hit. So we haven't exactly gotten involved with the local art scene very much yet.
Oh, so you're fairly new to the area.
Yeah, we've lived
marvelous.
in Oregon before. Portland is great, but we've lived in Oregon, but Southern Oregon, never Northern. And it's really beautiful here, and there is a good art scene going on for sure. But we're mostly interested in online selling, so
sure.
Yeah, just
and Blair does a lot of kind of metaphysical, spiritual types of paintings, right?
Yeah, that's his great motivator is the spiritual realm. Art's kind of secondary to it. It's like
exactly.
Yeah. So,
well, I'm delighted you guys are here today.
Oh, glad to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in an interesting area. I don't know if you're familiar with the west of Portland. It's called the Silicon Forest.
Uh-huh.
Intel World Headquarters, Nike World Headquarters. It's full of, it's super high tech here. You wouldn't think Portland, Oregon, you think, cowboys. Like country farmers. You think farmers. And it's true, it's mostly farms, but here's this pocket of super high tech. You can sell artwork to the Intel building. In fact, you know what? They're building a brand new building for themselves that looks huge. We can see it going up. So Intel is expanding, and maybe I need to get some artwork in there. Yeah. I need to find the guy that buys the artwork for the new building, right?
Absolutely. Because they've got money to spend.
Yeah, they do.
They do. Yeah.
Well, it's delightful. Thank you, guys.
Add something digital in it.
Right.
I can't even see from you.
Well, great. I do appreciate it. Is that all we had for the folks today, Bogdan?
Yes, I think we're good.
We're going to have we're kind of giddy over here because we've got some news we're sitting on. We're starting to make some pretty big plans for our careers and our lives. So I'll put that teaser out there, but there's more to come.
It's too early to unveil anything.
Things are looking up this spring. It's been a long time with COVID, but
If COVID taught us something, is that it doesn't matter where you are. You can be connected in many ways with people.
Exactly.
If you really want to.
Well, marvelous. It's 11:30 now, so thank you guys very much. Have a lovely week, and we will see you guys very soon.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.